Hey there, it's Josh Freeman, and today I'm going to do a detailed review of my Fitbit Sense. I got this on Prime Day. I feel like a Power Ranger holding it up like this, but this is it right here. I've been wearing it for about 2 weeks now straight, so I want to go through all the details, apps, and all the cool little features it has, so let's get into it. So before I jump into the features, I thought it'd be fair to talk about the aesthetics first. I got this with the graphite face and the carbon band. You can also get this with the gold face and the white band if you prefer that. In my honest opinion, I think either look great. If you really wanted to, you can swap out the bands as much as you'd like to whichever color. So you have that flexibility. On the back, as it circles around, you're gonna notice it has a bunch of sensors going off, stuff that tracks your electrodermal activity, it tracks your skin temperature, it has a built-in GPS and a ton of features, like I said, we're gonna get to. On the outside of the band, you can see I have the extra band that's included. You can get a small and a large. I currently have the small on. I'm about 5'10", 165 for reference, and I have plenty of loops left, so let's get into the features now. So I currently have my home face set to the heart rate reading here, and I also have the time, and then I have the date on the top there. And if I can change this out as I want to, I can just swipe down and it gives me some steps. And then I can also swipe over if I wanted to change anything or do any readings. So for example, I can do an EDA scan. I can check out what I've hit today as far as my goals, steps, and all that good stuff. I can start an exercise. I can activate voice assistant setting, timer, weather, alarms. I can connect this to my bank account with Fitbit Pay, which is super convenient. I can change the face of my watch. I can check my calendar. I can do a little relaxation breathing techniques. I can find my iPhone, Spotify, Pandora, Starbucks account. If I connect all of them, I can access them as well. I can also do an ECG or a Deezer. And anytime I want to go back to the home page, all I do is hover over that haptic and it takes me right there. If I swipe up on here, I can manage my widgets, so I can have whatever I basically want as my favorite little access stuff here. So I can get the weather updates, or I can do course stats, right? All that good stuff. And also at the bottom, it gives me the option to manage if I'd like to change that out. And then once again, I'm just gonna click that haptic button to go over to Homes, swipe down. It gives me any notifications. So if I have a text or a phone call, for example, this is giving me a pool day notification that's on my calendar here. And I can clear this out once I've gone over it if I'd like to, but here are all my calendar updates and what I have on there. So I can just clear that out whenever I need to. I'm gonna go back home from here, and then over, if I swipe to the right, and it gives me all basically setting stuff right here, and then also the battery life. So speaking of the battery, you get up to 6 days. That's dependent on usage, right? So for example, if I had the face always on, that would drain the battery more. So it just depends on how you use it, how many runs you go on, what type of apps you like to use. So let's go ahead and take a deeper look at the app that's on my phone. So this is the home page of the Fitbit app. As you can see here, you have all of your basic metrics. You have your zone, steps, miles, calories, and floors burned. Then you have a bunch of little quick action buttons. So let's check out the stress management. You can see it just gives you a little stress score here based on every single day when you wear it. So you have 85, 81, right? Different stress scores based on the date, and you can click on them and get more insights right here. So let's go ahead and find one. So it's 85. Basically, you get the responsiveness. You have the exertion balance and your sleep patterns. You can also log a reflection if you'd like to. Let's take a look back here. Go back to the home page here. You can also get your skin temperature. It tracks it at nighttime. So you get a baseline, and then you can see where you fluctuate if you go up above it or down below it here. So let's go ahead and click on one and see what else we will look and see when we click on it. So there you go. It gives you a whole little chart there based off your night's sleep, and you have your baseline, and it goes up and down. So 98% within my normal range. Let's go back to the home page, and here we have the sleep score as well, which is pretty cool. I like tracking my sleep. It's important. Here's a one where I got a green star, so let's check that out. I had an 86, I had time of sleep, your deep and REM sleep, and your restoration. It gives you a bunch of metrics on that and a little good rating, so that was awesome. Let's scroll back down here, and now we have my exercise here. So I do go to the gym and I play soccer here, so I try to track that whenever I go. So here's a little map too, because it gives me a GPS of basically everywhere I ran up and down the field. You get your pace and your elevation and your time and your heart rate zones, so that's really cool. Your active minute zones, right? My average heart rate was 151, so I was definitely running 656 calories burned to get all my steps, my calories burned, and my active zone minutes. So that is really cool to check out. I like looking at that. And we're going to keep scooting along here and checking out other metrics. So I have my BPMs, and then I also have my steps per hour, my weight. If I want to log some water or some food that I've intaked, I can do that as well if I'm trying to track that for health reasons. So now let's scoot on over to Discover here. So you have a bunch of different cool stuff you can do. You have challenges, adventures, assessments, reports, and I can also change my clock face. So let's click on that and see what comes up here. So on the clock faces, you have some always on displays. You have some that are made by Fitbit, active zone minutes, your SpO2 tracker, some staff picks, some stats heavy if you like all those analytics, and you have just a bunch of different options, okay? So when I go back to today, that's what it takes me to. And now we're gonna go over to the community. So if you wanna connect this, if your friends have Fitbits, you can challenge them, or if you wanna just do some mind and body, you have different groups that you can check out. And then they also have the premium. So if you want a little deeper look into your analytics, you can do the premium, which is super cool. So now this is my profile. This is what it looks like, a little picture of me and my daughter here. You have your average steps per day, badges, trophies, groups, personal, health assessments, all that good stuff. And this is what it looks like too. So I can basically go down to settings if I'd like to from there. So let's go back here. And I have these settings if I want to look at that. App settings, help and support. If you need any help with anything, you can log out as well. You can set up a new device there. You can shop, Fitbit, other stuff. And so that's a quick look at the app. Thanks for watching. So that was a pretty cool in-depth look at the app here. One other feature I wanted to point out to you guys, if you like to go in the water, as I do, I like to go fishing in my kayak. So if you ever go in the water, this can withstand up to 50 meters depth in the water, which is super sweet. So don't be afraid to get this thing wet. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.